wants to have a whole bunch of stats thrown at them for half an hour. So I thought I'd take one step back and I'd go through how you can do this for yourself. So what I'm going to do, you see all these tabs open, I'm going to go through all of them and show you how you can use all of this brilliant stuff, all these new digital tools, both from Google and other organizations, to inform your planning and your strategy and to understand more about how people behave online. There are four kind of strategic ways of doing marketing. So there's thinking first, seeing first, doing first, and then simple rules. You might have come across this framework. It's sort of from the 60s and it hasn't really changed. And the idea is thinking first is you kind of do a load of research, you understand your customer, and then you come up with a plan. Seeing first is where you kind of take a step back and you think, what's the big picture here? What do we want to do? And then you try some stuff out. Doing first is where, and doing first and seeing first is very much what we do at Google, where you just kind of play around, do some stuff, and see if it works or not. And then simple rules is where you come up with a list of rules. These are the things that we do, and you test everything that you do. Do they fit against these rules? And that's again, quite an interesting way. I'm going to focus mostly on that first one, thinking first, because once you've kind of nailed that, you can then move on to play around with other stuff. And this is, again, quite an old construct of how you go about planning. And you do a market scan, you understand your competitors, you do a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats matrix, and then you try and come up with some tactics. Just want to talk about YouTube for a second, because we own that and it's particularly interesting. And online video is becoming more and more a useful tool for all people to use. And pretty much, I can't think of a single company that hasn't got a story to tell with video. And one of the great things about YouTube is you can start to dig into what people are watching. And you can start to say, okay, I'm interested in women aged 25 to 30, okay. I'm interested in marketing to women who are 25 to 34, for instance. What are they watching? And you can start to dig into that. So I'll scroll through all the states of America and find the United Kingdom. And I will select 25 to 34, females, and I can start to see the content that those people are watching. But interestingly, I can also compare that. So I can compare that with, say, I'm also interested in slightly older men. And I can start to see what are the differences between those slightly older men and the younger women that I'm interested in. I'm going to watch this back and be very embarrassed by that last statement. We came up with this idea that, well, advertisers and businesses are really interested in consumer research. So how about we put a consumer survey instead of a paywall? So in order to get content, you fill in a consumer survey. And then businesses that want that consumer survey pay for access to the data. And we thought, that's pretty good, that's quite clever. And said, how about if we let businesses create their own surveys so they can create a survey about anything they want or you want. You can create a survey about, do you prefer this product or this product? Do you prefer this video to this video? How much do you agree with the following statement? How much did you pay for your last pair of trainers? Any kind of survey you want to do, you can run, and then you pay per response, and you get about 1,100 responses in a day. So you get huge amounts of responses. We're rolling it out in the UK at the moment. It's particularly interesting, so you can run your own research. You don't need to go to a research agency. You can do it from your desk.